Want me to call the little Cooperman girl and see if she can come over and play with you?
You're late. Alicia's a bad influence. She let Lauren get her ears pierced. What's next on the horizon? Liposuction?
That would require parental consent. Worst case scenario, you're looking at an unfortunate henna tattoo.
I'm serious.
Yes, you are.
Here. Oh, she did something to her hair.
She wouldn't dare.
No, Alicia, not Lauren. Hi, Noodle.
Hi.
Hello, Alicia.
Hi. Hello, Mrs. Gray.
Hello, Alicia.
Guess what? What? I get to be a flower girl. I get to walk down the aisle in front of everybody with flowers and wear a special dress.
Sweetie, you weren't supposed to tell without Daddy, remember?
Oops.
Michael asked me last night. We wanted to tell you together, but...
But you told Lauren first. Which is one way of doing it, I guess.
Alicia says I can wear Laura Ashley. Isn't that great?
She's gonna look so beautiful, like a little porcelain doll.
Aren't you excited, Mommy?
Yes, I am.
You don't look excited.
Well, Lauren, there are different kinds of excitement, and some kinds just look different than other kinds.
I gotta do this.
Okay.
Yay!
Mom, there's a message on the machine from Jared Duff. He says he's back in town.
Oh?
Where's he been?
Europe, I think.
You don't talk about him much anymore. Are you still seeing him?
Except when I'm not.
Mommy, where's your wedding dress?
Well, last time I saw it, it was in a storage space on 13th Street.
Maybe Alicia will want to wear it when she marries Daddy.
I'll bet Alicia wants a special dress of her own.
Alicia says I can have a bouquet, or a nosegay, or a tussie-mussy when I walk down the aisle. Who was your flower girl, Mommy?
You know what, sweetie? I really don't remember.
Cousin Jean was Mommy's flower girl.
Cousin Jean's too old to be a flower girl.
She is now. She wasn't then.
Oh, that's Tracy's mom. It's time to go.
It takes a special brand of hubris to put a Go Vegetarian bumper sticker on your SUV.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, sweetie. I love you. Learn stuff. It's astonishing how Michael finds new ways to punish me.
You mean by marrying Alicia?
No, I haven't even focused on that. I'm talking about them offering this Hallmark extravaganza to my daughter without warning me first. He holds out this shiny thing in front of Lauren, and he dares me to take it away from her. The idea of Lauren leading the pair of them into the arbor of love is just too damn creepy.
It must feel strange. The idea of your ex-husband marrying again.
Hey, look, I've been there. I know what Leisha's in for, and I don't envy her.
I didn't mention envy.
Good, because I don't. I mean, the great thing about being divorced is that I don't have to be concerned about Michael's decisions. It's none of my business. My only concern is Lauren. It is. I gotta go. Hey, Mom, what the hell is a tussie-mussy?
I believe it's a character in the Mikado, dear.
And that brings our tour back to Broadcast Studio B. And here's a lovely WGBI FM coffee mug, yours to keep and in lieu of any real remuneration.
I was hoping for the canvas tote.
Maybe the next pledge drive. So here's where we do the show.
Wow. A whole half hour.
A whole half hour. Fiction, opinion, first-person reportage. I've talked the station into giving me 10:30 Thursday night, and I've asked you to be the first because you can write. I like your voice, and having heard you now, I like your voice. Plus, you've got a profile. Your work at the newspaper and what happened to you at the courthouse. You're a celebrity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a celebrity who can be had for a free coffee mug.
You'll do it?
Yeah, sure.
Terrific.
So, what, I come in and, I tape something?
Hell no, we do it live. Much more exciting that way.
Exciting. Right.
Bruce,
Mia?
we were supposed to have breakfast this morning, remember?
We were supposed to have breakfast Friday. Today's Tuesday.
Well, the point is, I'm here now.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So, can we go somewhere and talk?
Mia, I have to go to work now.
All right, pick another time. You name it, I'm there. It's about Rebecca. It's important.
Yeah, well, let me get to work, and I'll call you with some times.
Good.
I gotta go.
Right. Yes, so, I will hear from you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
In the matter of Sturdley versus Sturdley, I've reviewed the financial disclosures and support documents, and I have them in front of me. The only unresolved issue seems to be the division of Mr. Sturdley's frequent flyer miles as part of the marital property.
Your Honor, these miles were accumulated by Mr. Sturdley during the course of compulsory travel connected with his business.
Yes, Mr. Sturdley, I have your travel documents in front of me, and you have been on the road a considerable amount. All business, correct?
Your Honor, I earned those miles, dragging my butt all across this country between our field offices, lugging my bags through airports, cramming into these deregulated flying death traps. Lindbergh had more comfort than me.
I have you hitting Toronto pretty regularly as far back as 1995. Does your business have an office up there?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's got a woman up there.
Mrs. Sturdley.
Your Honor, in today's international business economy, forward-thinking entrepreneurs have to work to open new markets with our neighbors.
So there's quite a big market in Canada for what does your company make, Mr. Sturdley?
Inflatable novelties, Your Honor.
Inflatable novelties?
Pool toys, Your Honor.
She's an inflatable pool toy. You could stay adrift for a week on those implants.
Your Honor, I don't want to be unreasonable about this.
Not to mention the air between her ears.
Okay, let's
The
calm
years
down.
I put into this marriage, he leaves me for a bimbo. A Canadian bimbo.
All right. Here's what's going to happen. I want the interested parties to determine how many miles were earned by Mr. Sturdley's flying north for recreational purposes and have an equivalent number converted to open tickets in Mrs. Sturdley's name. First-class tickets. Will that work for everyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Bon voyage, Mrs. Sturdley.
We've won.
Mr. Boyd, Maxine Gray, DCF. I received a message from your office this morning. I've been working with your Miss Caruth. Roseland investigation.
Yeah, she told me you were following the case. Well, that's why I thought you deserved to hear from us directly.
Yeah, no filing in Roseland. Sorry. Can you explain this to me? Because I can't imagine that it means what it appears to me.
It means it's a non-event, Miss Gray. There's no case. We won't be filing.
Have you read the transcript?
Yes, I've read the transcript and I've seen the report.
So clearly, there is a case.
There's nothing clear about it. There's just a room full of smoke with not a flame in sight. I can't move on the conflicting statements of witnesses too young to testify.
Not only witnesses, they're victims.
Including one who recanted.
Marissa Boswick. I have spoken with her foster mother. Marissa is prepared to testify now.
She can't. She's 5.
That's old enough.
There's still not enough physical evidence. Just sloppy police work and spotty DCF follow-up over 9 months in 2 counties. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry about the phone message. I realize you deserve something better than that.
I'm not here because of a perceived slight. I'm here because there's something wrong, and I was under the impression it's our job to do something about it.
There was a time, if you had brought me half of what you did, I would have filed, if only to put the fear of God in the bastards and to warn the neighbors. But We live in a post-McMartin world, Miss Gray. The price of righteous indignation is shot through the roof. I file, they sue, and the mud pulls us all down.
Which leads us to do what? Shuffle papers and pretend to do our jobs? What good does it do
No one in my
to be
office
afraid
is
of these
pretending
people?
to do their job, Miss Gray, myself included. Now, I have to get back to work.
I won't accept that. It's unacceptable.
Mrs. Angela Kilpatrick is petitioning for the revocation of the custody order issued for her son, Donald Keppel, who's been in foster care for a year and a half. Some new faces, some old faces. Let's get acquainted.
Your Honor, Margaret Kiner, representing Mrs. Kilpatrick, who frankly lost custody of Donald as a result of her drinking. She is currently in recovery, has married, is working, and expecting another child. She's very anxious to be reunited with her son.
And, Mr. Redfield, how does the Attorney General feel about this?
Your Honor, the state is not inclined to return Donald to his mother's care. Mrs. Kilpatrick is an alcoholic.
Recovering.
Her drinking was directly responsible for the death of her infant daughter, Marie. DCF took Donald at the time of his mother's arrest in that matter.
That woman shouldn't be here. It's a conflict of interest. She has a personal grudge against me.
Mrs. Kilpatrick, you will be heard.
No, she threatened to take away my baby. Ask her.
Judge Gray, Clara Reeves of DCF has been involved with this case from the beginning.
Your Honor, as a result of conversations with Ms. Reeves, my client is concerned that DCF is planning to file a coterminous petition and sever Mrs. Kilpatrick's parental rights to her new baby in the delivery room.
Is that in the cards, Mr. Redfield?
The comparative likelihood of such an action really is not relevant.
Thanks for trying to keep it simple. Just answer the question.
Your Honor, DCF isn't going to rule out any options when the safety of a child is at risk.
So you are considering it?
Mrs. Kilpatrick admitted to leaving her baby Marie unattended in a locked car while she was in a tavern drinking for almost 4 hours. During that time, the temperature climbed to 98 degrees, reaching 186 inside the car. A passerby saw the unconscious child in the back and called the police. The baby did not survive.
Mrs. Kilpatrick received a surprisingly light sentence of probation for child endangerment on the condition that she enter inpatient rehab and follow-up.
Did she?
She did, but left the facility after 2 weeks and was drinking when the police located her. She was remanded to custody and served 1 year in a medium security facility.
Well, has Mrs. Kilpatrick expressed regret over what happened to her baby?
Yes.
Has she accepted responsibility for what happened?
She's made statements to that effect.
Do you have any reason to doubt her sincerity?
She may very well be sincere, but regret for an action doesn't excuse you from the consequences of that action. Mrs. Kilpatrick might be sorry for what she's done, but that does not oblige us to risk the lives of her children.
And wait for the beautiful bright stripes.
Okay, baby, time to put that away.
Culture into your head at one time.
I'm trying to like Spike Lee, really, but every one of his movies has a scene where somebody's floating instead of walking, you know, like this.
You might want to leaven your black film experience, Peter. Just lighten up a bit.
Was that a pun?
He means lighter tone movies. Lilies of the Fields, To Sir with Love.
Cleopatra Jones, Mahogany,
Blackula.
The Bedford incident, you get Sidney Poitier and then as a bonus, Wally Cox.
How black can a movie be with Wally Cox?
You'd be surprised.
Where are you going to sit, Mommy?
Next to you, where I always sit.
No, I mean at Daddy's wedding. I want you to sit somewhere where he could see me.
How about finishing up with those napkins, kiddo?
Okay.
What's this?
You're not going, are you?
Where?
Michael and Alicia are getting married.
Oh. Oh. They've invited Lauren to be the flower girl.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know.
I'll take her if you want me to.
Last time you saw Michael, you punched him out.
Your point being, when was this?
I was a flower girl. It's a rite of passage.
Amy, do something soft.
She called me. Alicia. She wants to get together. Why? I don't know. She just does. I don't want to go to that wedding. It's going to be like a bad acid flashback with more pastels.
So you just sit there and talk for half an hour?
We're not talking, read.
Did you know about this?
Are they going to play music behind you? You know, to sort of beef it up?
No, about what?
Vincent's going to be on the radio.
No music, just me.
Where? What station?
WGVI.
Oh, public broadcasting.
Lauren, give your Uncle Peter a napkin. He's dripping contempt.
When is this happening?
Tonight. That's why I can't stay. The producer's picking me up.
You're recording tonight?
I'm broadcasting it live.
Live?
If they were serious, they'd record it. Less chance of things getting screwed up.
Yeah, God help Hartford if my Tourette's kicks in.
Well, if it's on tonight, Vincent, why did you wait until now to tell us?
Oh, that's probably her, the producer. Hi.
Hi.
Why don't you come in? I'm gonna get my coat. Everyone, this is Carol Toby from the station. This is my mother Maxine, my sister Amy, her daughter Lauren, my brother Peter,
Hello.
his wife Jillian, and
Hi.
then their son Ned.
Would you like anything? Some salad? A Parker House roll?
We should really get going.
Okay. We're really excited Vincent wants to do this. I hope all of you will listen. What time's the big broadcast? 10:30.
Boy, 10:30, that's after lights out for us.
The baby.
Odd how no one's invented a VCR sort of machine for the radio. That would make things much easier.
Well, how often is there something on the radio you really want to keep?
Here we go.
If Vincent had told us earlier, we could have arranged something.
Well, I will be listening. I would not miss it for the world. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
So I found a loft in a building where Sherry used to live. Beautiful views. Big deck to watch the 4th of July fireworks over the East River.
Long time before the 4th of July, so I don't think we're talking about Rebecca watching fireworks. Thank you.
I'm going into business. Tasha, Sharon, me, maybe one or two others. The business managers are talking a signature day spa. We're going to franchise the idea. Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling because I've seen the way you keep a checkbook.
Well, that's what managers are for. Well, you don't think the idea will work?
You promise women that'll come out looking like you, they can't fail.
I think it would be really exciting for Rebecca to come to New York. Spend more time with me and watch this whole thing come together.
You know she's in school, and I would hate for anything to distract her.
I'm not a distraction, Bruce. I'm her mother.
You can be very distracting, Mia. And you can be distracted. This business deal, that's going to be your focus, and, well, I know how you can lose things at the edges.
I could have stayed, and you know how that would have turned out. Now things have changed, and I want to make it up to her.
By teaching her how to shop and get a good table? Sorry.
By showing Rebecca who her mom is and what she can do. Not better than Dad, but not the same.
Your daughter's drawing pictures of brides. Perfectly normal thing for her to do. Maybe in the Ozarks. Be grateful, Amy. Count your blessings that all you see here is a badly proportioned bride, instead of some coded nightmare full of pain and betrayal and a complete lack of power. Sounds like a bad day at the office.
I think what you need to do is admit that you're upset about Michael getting married.
Why would I be upset about that?
The idea that you could be replaced by the likes of Leisha.
Wait, what? I asked you about work. You're talking about Leisha? What's up with that? Mom?
The Roseland investigation is coming apart. In fact, it has come apart. There's no case. No action will be taken.
You put a lot into that case.
Yes. Yes, I did. Okay.
If that's Wayne Schuster, don't give him cash unless he has the band candy in his hand. I won't be burned again this year.
Hello.
Jared.
You were 40 miles out of the way, so I thought I'd stop by.
Looking at her face, he saw neither anticipation nor excitement, but pure terror. In that moment, he knew he had done the wrong thing, teasing her onto the roller coaster with him. He had promised her fun. She would receive only horror. They were about to tumble over the crest, and after 2 minutes of dips and screams, everything would be different. She would never trust him again. He knew this, and there was no way to stop it. All he could do now was hang on.
You've been listening to Between the Lines. Tonight, Vincent Gray, noted novelist and reporter for the...
How was that?
There is definitely a tote bag in your future.
Oh, my God. I have so many things that need totage.
You want some coffee?
A coffee would actually help me unwind at this point.
So, you forgot to tell your family about the broadcast at the last minute?
Oh, no. Listen, that's not because I didn't think it was important or anything.
You're the youngest, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 sisters and 3 brothers, all older, including a lawyer, 2 PhDs, and a web designer, while I'm still doing the same job I did in college. You don't have to draw me any pictures.
So you've moved beyond needing the approval and acknowledgement of your family?
Yeah, right, sure.
This is one of those kitchens where the whole family intersects.
Usually they collide.
Must be the cold. Makes everybody crowd in here just for the warmth.
Families don't coagulate in southern kitchens?
Yeah, well, mostly on a porch. The porch is a very important part of a southern house.
Oh. This house has a porch?
What, you mean that little out in front? There are steps and that little bench. I guess that qualifies it as a porch.
Oh, dear. Separated by regional architecture.
Why are you ducking my calls?
Oh, I'm not ducking your calls.
No. You're just not returning them. You know, I'm trying to figure out if I'm being dense or if you're just being coy.
I haven't been incredibly coy since the Carter administration.
Which means I got something wrong.
You're not dense or wrong, just, unanticipated.
Like a flat tire?
Like a charming man standing in my kitchen. Unplanned, unexpected.
I'd prefer the opportunity of becoming very, commonplace.
I know, but, between your schedule and mine...
No. I don't think that's a problem. Maxine, I know how I'd like things to progress. For one thing, I want them to progress. But I have to hear your assessment.
Hello?
Vincent, this is Jared Duff, my friend.
Oh, yeah, nice to meet you.
Hey. Based on the limo out front, I figured it was either you or another late-night visit from Ellen Greenspan.
Well, Ellen's car is bigger, but it's a rental. I understand you're the writer in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. The radio show. Vincent, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's no big deal.
Hey, Vincent, I want to ask you something.
Amy, were you hovering?
No. I heard Vincent come in. I want to ask him something.
Then ask him.
Okay, I will. In the other room.
Well,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So what do you think of him?
What? I had a firm handshake, great suit. The rest is a blur. What would you think of him?
I don't know. I thought I knew, and then he shows up. He's different than what I expected.
You're visualizing them having sex, aren't you?
Yeah, a little. Kinda.
You're gonna make that trip alone. I just came by to see if anybody listened to the show.
Oh! Vincent, I am sorry.
No, that's all right. You got a lot on your mind. Mom having a life, Michael getting married.
The Michael thing is not a problem.
Did you think he'd never get married again?
I just wanted him dead.
So he'd never get married again?
Weren't you leaving?
Just curious.
Nope, you're just annoying.
Remember, 5 pages a day.
Every day?
It's a bargain, all right? Have fun.
We will. Sorry. Didn't mean to be spying on you.
It's okay. I didn't mean to be sneaking.
Is Rebecca going away?
She's going to spend some time with her mother in New York.
Oh, that's good. I guess I was under the impression that Mia lived here now.
I had that impression for a while, too.
So, what's the situation with you and Mia? Sorry, it's none of my business.
You ever smoke?
No?
Well, that's the situation between me and her. One day I'll give it up, but I'm not ready yet.
Oh. Michael's getting married.
How you feel about that?
I don't know. I hate it. Okay? It's not like I wanted to be irreplaceable, although that would be nice. But it's more like he's getting some kind of free pass. He's getting promoted to the next grade without completing all the work.
Social promotion.
Yeah. Amy. Hi. Leisha. Oh, God. Leisha.
Wow, look at this. So I know you must be busy with cases and things.
You must be busy too, you know, with the wedding. Lauren is all revved up about being a flower girl. She doesn't talk about anything else.
Yeah. That's actually why I'm here. I brought coffee for us.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. It's, fine.
Just straighten up a bit. Sorry.
Right. So the thing is, how disappointed do you think Lauren would be if she couldn't be a flower girl?
You're accepting other resumes?
No, it's just that Michael and me, we've really been rethinking the wedding. Michael feels like we should do something really romantic, like fly off to Venice, you know, elope, just the two of us. This is a non-fat latte.
Eloping. Wow, that certainly would cut down on the personnel involved.
Right. Well, I think this is just his way of saying he'd like it to be different this time.
Because he's different this time.
Exactly.
Leisha, do you know what Michael wanted to do with me when we got married?
Elope?
To Europe. You know, the big wedding was my idea.
Did he say that a big wedding was a little girl's fantasy?
Like Cinderella going to the ball?
Oh, God, we're doomed.
No, you're not. The point is, that's what Michael wants. You deserve to have the wedding that you want. Don't let him talk you out of it.
Do you think you could explain this to him?
Oh, Leisha, that's really not my place.
It's just that he scares me sometimes. I mean, it's like he knows everything.
Well, he doesn't.
Sometimes I think, wow, Amy is so great. If she wasn't enough for Michael, what kind of chance do I have?
Well, look, I don't think I was all that easy to live with. Look, Michael does not take these kinds of things lightly. You're going to be the stepmother of his daughter. That says a lot about what he thinks of you.
I feel like I'm gaining a sister. Please, it's gonna get cold.
You know, there will come a point when he will stop trying, and then you won't have to make up your mind.
My mind is made up, essentially. It's just expressing that decision that I'm having a problem with.
And what is the decision?
I have to break it off.
Maxine.
Well, his son accused me of being what we used to call an adventurous. I'd have to tell that to Jared, and then there'd be a confrontation.
Well, relationships are hard work.
Yes, they are. And I am weary at the prospect of having to do all that work all over again. Your joints aren't the only thing that start to creak when you get old. There's the stiffness of the ego and hardening of the attitude. And, oh, no.
What, Jared?
No, not Jared. Harriet Stewart. Marissa Boswick's foster mother. She must want to talk about the case.
There is no case.
Well, I haven't told her yet. I can't do it on the phone. That's not right.
The same thing goes for Jared.
Okay, Tanya, I get it. You like Jared. I like him, too. This is not an easy decision for me. But it's also not the end of the world. I know what I'm doing.
Good.
I'm in AA. I work with my sponsor. I go to the meetings. Ted, my husband, is very supportive. He's never had a substance problem, so this is a brave new world for him. I'm pregnant. All the tests point to this being a healthy baby, and I thank God for that. I want Donald back. I've always wanted Donald back.
You've had relapses in the past.
Yes. But those times, I wasn't sober, but I wasn't drinking. There's a difference.
So you're ready to have Donald back?
I ache to have Donald back.
Thank you.
Mr. Redfield?
Mrs. Kilpatrick, would you like a drink now?
Your Honor. Back up and try it again, Mr. Redfield.
You're never not going to be an alcoholic, are you?
No.
So, the possibility exists that, regardless of how well things appear to be going at the moment, you might, because of stress or some reversal, resume the behavior that cost the life of your baby.
If there's a question in there, Mr. Redfield, why don't you dig it out?
Are you a changed person, Mrs. Kilpatrick? The mistakes of the past, that was somebody else, not you. Is that what you want us to believe?
If I was clever, I'd say yes. If I was really clever, I'd convince myself that I'm a different person. But I was never a clever drunk. So I know that I'm the one that left Marie in the car. I'm not asking anybody to forgive me. I don't know that there is forgiveness for killing your child. But I do know that whether you're forgiven or not, you have to go on. And that is hard. Look, I'm really scared that you're not gonna let Donald come home. And I'm really scared that crazy woman over there is gonna try to take away my baby. But I think that I'm even more scared that you will give me the chance to make it right. Or at least as right as I can. Another chance. And that's the scariest thing in the world.
I went through 5 different majors in college before I decided on the ever lucrative communications degree. My siblings took up all the good careers, like buying all the property in Monopoly.
You got stuck with Marvin Gardens.
Exactly. For a little while, I thought about psychology, and I studied it in earnest. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. A little knowledge of psychology is downright lethal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. But it did give me some insight into the family of origin, significance of birth order, and that sort of thing.
The youngest is the least likely to succeed.
No, the least likely to risk failure, which amounts to exactly the same thing. I have a theory. The youngest is a poodle, the entertainment, and everyone is invested in keeping him that way.
I'm sorry to inject a flaw in this theory, but my family would like nothing better than for me to outscore all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
And what would you like?
I don't know. Coffee.
Right.
You want some? 2. Thanks.
Come on, honest answer.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. Walking around, breathing, semi-conscious.
Oh, I see. So you're satisfied with the simple things.
You making fun of me or what?
No, I'm flirting with you. I'm gonna say I was good at it.
Thanks.
I understand Marissa can't testify, but what happens now?
Nothing.
I mean, with the case, the trial.
The state's attorney has decided not to proceed with the case. There isn't going to be a trial.
Can't they use the testimony of the other children?
I'm afraid this isn't a question of what the state's attorney can do, but what they're willing to do, and they're not willing to proceed. As far as the state of Connecticut is concerned, the matter is closed.
How is that possible?
Well, it's possible because there... I don't know how it's possible. I really don't. What happened to Marissa is the worst thing in the world. 5 years old is too young to have your life divided between before and after. And the person responsible for that should be made to answer. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry. I wanted you to get a little justice. But all I can offer now is counseling to help you deal with this, help you find some...
Closure? God, if I hear that word one more time, I think I'll scream. Nice people say it to me all the time. You'll find closure. You need some closure with this. Like it's a magic word that shuts all the graves.
You're right. It can be a terrible word. I think that's because sometimes when people say it, what they really mean is, I don't know if I could survive what happened to you, so please make it go away, and I won't have to think about it. You're a strong woman, Miss Stewart, and I know that Marissa is very lucky to have you.
I'll tell you something, Mrs. Gray. I'm sick and tired of being the strong one. I'm up to here with being solid and dependable and a rock. Seems to me, if I wasn't such a damn strong person, maybe somebody'd have to take care of me for 5 minutes. Not much chance of that, is there?
I've heard disturbing testimony about Mrs. Kilpatrick's past behavior, and I've heard from Mrs. Kilpatrick herself. She has worked hard to overcome her addiction and a terrible loss to build a life for herself. She was, however, unable to offer the court any guarantee that the pattern of behavior which produced one tragedy would not lead to a second. But the last time I checked the label, life did not come with much of a guarantee on anything. We are not here to impose impossible standards on one another, standards that any one of us might trip over tomorrow. Now, I find nothing in Mrs. Kilpatrick's current behavior that represents a danger to her child, and while returning Donald will probably increase the stress in her life, I believe that it will have a positive effect on him and his mother. I therefore revoke the commitment of Donald Keppel to DCF and return custody and guardianship to his mother on the condition that she continues attendance at AA meetings and maintains a stable environment in the home. Now, DCF is charged with monitoring Mrs. Kilpatrick's compliance. I'm also entering a motion to review this decision in what's your due date, Mrs. Kilpatrick?
Next month, 21st.
Review in 60 days. Next case.
Maxine?
Jared, I'm sorry, I didn't... You're not in a suit. Is anything wrong?
Oh, no, these are my traveling clothes.
Traveling?
You didn't get my message.
No, I've been out all day. I was avoiding my messages, frankly.
Maxine, about the other night.
Well, I wanted to talk about that.
No, I came very close to breaking one of my own rules.
Which rule is that?
Never try to sell someone something they don't want to buy.
The product in question being yourself?
A gentleman shouldn't put a lady in an awkward position.
That sounds like wisdom from one of those old southern porches.
Wasn't fair of me to ask you to decide like that. Probably not the best way to present myself. I want to apologize for that.
Does this mean, as I believe they say in business, the deal is off the table?
Well, it means that we both need a little perspective.
I should let you go. You were rushing somewhere.
Yeah, my office will know where to find me.
I'll remember that.
Oh, there's your cousin Jean, the flower girl.
Did she get to keep the basket?
I don't know.
You should be able to keep the basket. Bridesmaids.
Yeah, there's Aunt Jillian. Your Aunt Ruth made those dresses.
They're pretty.
I thought so.
She never finished them.
What do you mean? She finished them?
Well, not really. She never finished the hems. Ran out of time. Those dresses were hemmed with duct tape.
Really?
Yeah. Don't you remember? By the end of the day, the tape was giving up, and the bridesmaids were tripping everywhere. One girl chipped a tooth.
I don't remember that.
There's Daddy and you.
Yeah.
Look at the sun in your hair.
Yeah. Not bad.
I thought you said it rained the day you married Daddy.
No, only at the end. When people were leaving, that's when the sky got all dark and green and the wind kicked up.
Blew over the trellis. It's a wonder no one sued.
Yeah, and then it rained. Big, fat raindrops the size of bumblebees, knocking the leaves off the trees, and everybody yelling and looking for cover. But that was just at the end. It started out...
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy realizes that justice isn't always served. The drama of Judging Amy is next on TNT.